welcome to my first ever reaction channel here on Dumpling Dynamite. So, here's a little backstory on the old girl. Me. I'm the old girl today, guys. Me. So, I've been in Gore World on and off for like as long as I can remember. But I've only very recently started really absorbing all the grease like a paper towel and really understanding and going back and connecting dots and whatnot. So I decided that I had to share this with everybody. I have to share my experience, right? Okay. So I am going to start by reacting to what I really ate to get to this size. What I ate today, episode 4. Now this came out about a month ago, but I think this is going to be a good starting point for me because I really haven't been too up to date. You know, life, work, I know you know. So, let's get started. Oh my god.
Today's video. So before we get started, I have a few things I would like to say.
Okay, already right off the bat, disclaimers. Girl, I don't feel like we need any disclaimers at this point. But okay, go ahead. We're only 6 seconds in and I cut off a couple seconds in the intro. Let's hear it, girl.
1, every single thing that I eat is A, better, and B, less than what I ate to get to my heaviest at 572.4. 2,
wait a minute. So if everything that you're going to say is, or everything that you're going to show us is less, then what the fuck is the title of this video, what I really ate to get to this size? So you're not showing us that. You're saying that for what? No reason?
I am taking things that I learned when I did outpatient, and I'm also taking things that I'm learning from Noom, where I'm counting my calories. I'm taking everything and trying to put it all together and do what works best for me. So far, I'm actually doing pretty good. I'm not perfect. My meals are weird and random. Like my first meal isn't even a breakfast.
So I'm still kind of confused on the correlation of the title and to what she's talking about here. So this is just a what I ate in the day. But she's prefacing that with, but it's a little better than what I used to eat. It's like, yeah, okay. Do I believe you? No, come on, let's be real.
The thing is, I'm counting every single calorie that I'm eating in the Noom app. I will not be talking about calories though, because it is triggering for me. Not in the sense of like, oh, talking about calories is triggering, but it's triggering when I sit there and I count all my calories and then people tell me I'm wrong even though I'm right. I learned how to...
Okay. Then why bring it up at all? That's my whole why would you even bring it up then? If you think calories are triggering, counting it... Okay, so let's... Hold on, wait. So she said, counting calories is not the trigger. Other people telling her that she's not right is the trigger. So, girl, that, like, we're the trigger? The audience is the trigger? I mean, yeah, we Ben knew that, but that's such a sly, slick way to say that. Oh, LOL.
Everything about it at the age of 10. Not many 10-year-olds can do that. 10-year-olds should not be dieting, but regardless, my goal...
I know I just paused, it's annoying, but I don't care. Look, 10-year-olds should not be dieting. Yes, that's correct. However, you learn how to read a label in a health class in, I don't know, 4th, 5th grade. Giving yourself a pat on the back for being able to flip around a package and read percentages? Come on. And also, she doesn't even read the percentages. Do we remember 12 protein, 6 protein, 12 sodium? I'm like, no grams, no nothing. So, girl, I don't think you do know how to read a label. Keep going. Let's go.
To allow myself to eat in moderation. I'm allowed to eat what I want. I just have to stay in my calorie goal. So I actually just ordered my first meal. Yes, my first meal will be from takeout. So
no way. Your first meal that you want to show everybody is takeout. So we're counting calories on takeout. If you don't cook yourself a goddamn breakfast, it's not like it's hard either. She loves the eggs. No. Slip down some sourdough toast or something. Cook up some of these eggs. You're gonna be fine. You do not need to order from wherever the hell you're ordering for breakfast. All right, what did you get for breakfast, girl? Let's hear it.
Good. All right, guys, so my first meal, I got Arby's. So this is the only thing that I literally ever get from there. I get the crinkle fries.
Not even the curly? Oh my God.
Literally my favorite fry. And then I get the French dip sandwich, which is just
Was it the
bread,
roast beef shit?
roast beef,
Yeah.
and I think provolone.
All right. I'm not gonna yuck anyone's yum on purpose. That looks foul. That reminds me of when I was in middle school. Maybe you guys had this too. But we had cheesesteaks on the menu. And that was, it was disgusting. It was this dry hunk of bread, right? And this like cardboard thin piece of like some kind of meat. It could have been horse meat for all I know. I live out here in the country. But we also had that option of like, do you want that yellow cheese on it or no cheese, the whiz cheese? Disgusting. The fact that she would look at that and be like, like, that doesn't make sense to me. No hate. If you are a roast beef girl, I'm a roast beef girl too. Not like that. But I do love like some roast beef, like a sandwich, right? That in particular looks gnarly.
Dropped a piece. So with the French dip, you obviously get the dipping sauce. I don't know how to pronounce it, but this is what it looks like.
Yeah, shocker.
And then you just
You
dip
don't have to
it.
pronounce it.
It's honestly so freaking good. So I think what would be fun is showing examples of what I'm choosing to eat now versus what I would have ate in the past. In the past, I would have easily gotten 2 of the sandwiches and 2 of the fries. Without a doubt. By the way,
I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. That bag looked a little full. Am I wrong? That was a lot of groceries. I know fast food is not known for like, I don't know, the oven baked anything, but that shit was greasy. And of course, big old soda pop.
get a Diet Coke, but
Oh yeah.
they did not give me a straw. That's
Love a
okay.
DC.
So I'm gonna have to drink it like this.
Oh, you poor thing.
In the past,
Ew.
yes, I would have gotten a Diet Coke, but I also would have gotten either a milkshake or some type of dessert. This time, I did not. So when it comes to
Nice.
calories and quantity, I completely cut it in half compared to how I would eat it on a day I was off track. All right, you guys, it's time for the next meal.
Okay.
I'm gonna be making some chicken sausages with some veggies. So first things first, I am going
Again with the cottage cheese and the mustard. What I don't understand, why don't you change that up? You know, substitute the mustard and the cottage cheese for literally anything else. You're not like, that just feels like, oh, when she's under the covers, I know she's tooting. I know it's an air fryer in that bitch when she goes to bed.
to cut everything. So I'm just gonna cut it in slices here.
Yeah.
So I'm also going to have some Brussels sprouts,
Okay.
but I'm just gonna take some and cut off the edges and cut them a little smaller. So I'm just taking off the ends like this type of piece. And
Right.
just make them a little smaller like that.
And again, not yucking anyone's yum. But I also wanted to point out again, you don't have to keep doing that. You can roast them. You can steam Brussels sprouts. I love Brussels sprouts. Would I ever eat them raw like that? Probably not. I don't understand why she thinks that this is the one healthy meal. You can do other stuff, girl.
I'll be cutting up some broccoli and cauliflower. So just cutting off the stem because I don't like the texture. I like the taste. It's the texture I don't like.
So steam them.
And then I'm also going to slice some mini peppers.
Oh, thank God. When she cut off that top, I thought for sure all the seeds were going to come out. I hate that. I was getting scared.
Last but not least, some scallion, which some people call green onion. I cut the tips of both like that. I'm gonna keep them pretty big because I'm just gonna be cooking them with the rest of the veggies.
Oh, we're cooking.
I'm actually gonna have one more.
That's what I get for getting ahead of myself.
Some ham. I'm just gonna add everything at once besides the green onion.
Guys, first video and I'm eating my motherfucking words. Ooh. Okay, girl, I'll give you that.
Seasoning, garlic salt, black pepper, tapatio, and some minced garlic. So I'm just gonna let this cook a bit. So I'll see you guys in about 5 minutes. Okay, guys, so now I'm gonna add some corn and my green onion. Now I'm gonna let this all cook down and I'll see you guys when I'm done. All right, guys, so it is complete.
Oh, God damn it. See, I was half right. I see that cottage cheese. Man, I was close. I am happy that she switched it up. I do like that. And you know what? For her, like a stir fry kind of thing, I'm not going to hate. I'm not going to be a hater for that.
Cottage cheese. And
in the water, too.
That's so good. I love a bunch of veggies just cooked together. I'm also drinking water.
Good shit.
This is my second water for the day. So right now I'm eating chicken sausage, veggies, and cottage cheese. What would I have if I wasn't on track?
Let's hear it.
I already know.
Okay.
Cheesecake Factory. So what I would get from there would be their artichoke crab dip, which comes with like these little hard bread things that you like.
Is she gonna say it? Or maybe that was just a phase. I hope she says it.
Dip in the crab dip. And then I would also get the fried macaroni and cheese. And then for my actual meal, I would get the fried Korean chicken, which comes with rice. A little bit.
Is it orange, babe? Is that chicken orange? Are you trying to avoid saying something?
Veggies, it's really good. And I know for sure for dessert, I would get Ben & Jerry. If you don't know what Ben & Jerry is, which I'm sure everyone does, it is like a pint of ice cream. Do keep in mind, I would order all of these things, but I wouldn't eat every single last bit of it.
Look at that face. That's the face I'm making right now. It also kills me. Ben & Jerry. I'm gonna have some Ben & Jerry. There's an S at the end. It's Ben & Jerry's. It's not Ben & Jerry. It belongs to Ben & Jerry.
Even when I was off track, I'm the type of person who likes to have stuff of a lot of different things. I am very wasteful with food, and I know that's like a very, very...
Who do you think you're fooling, girl?
Very bad habit, and a habit that I feel guilty about. So I would have half of the fried macaroni and cheese.
This is like when you go to a job interview, and they're like, what's your greatest weakness? And you gotta say something like, I just work too damn hard. Or I really have trouble knowing when to go home at the end of the day, when I did my job. That's what this is. That's what this is giving.
Have half of the crab dip. I would have half of my actual meal, but I would eat the full Ben & Jerry for sure.
Girl, you'd eat the other half of that too.
Cooking this at home, which is literally just a ton of veggies and some protein, genuinely is such a drastic change. So I'm gonna finish this. There's actually a vlog clip I want to film because I want to talk about something. So
okay, hell yeah, that's a good meal.
All right,
I like that.
Time for my next meal.
Good for her.
If I was off track right now, I'd be having like a ramen, some chips. I always need something sweet when I'm off track after I eat anything salty. And one candy bar isn't enough for me during those moments. So I'd probably have like a Heath bar and a Snickers. But since I'm on track, I'm having a Diet Coke and an Amy's Pesto TV dinner. So it's just one of these. It's the pesto tortellinis. These are so freaking good.
Okay. All the sodium is really killing me. And I hate to say it, or maybe I don't. This comes down to laziness. It really does. You can make that pesto tortellini and have way less of the preservatives and the saturated fat that keeps it tasting like restaurant food, right? Like, I'm not crazy. You can cook that and make it a million times healthier, and you can make more of it. So you can have leftovers. You just don't want to. You don't want to put in the effort. What else are you doing? Like, what is filling up your time? What, are you cleaning? Are you taking out Twinkie? Please.
This is one of my favorite Amy's TV dinners, so highly, highly recommend. All right, you guys, so I'm about to have a snack. So keep in mind that I do eat similar things, whether I'm off track or on track,
Right.
but it's about the quantity. So when I'm off track, I order a lot of takeout. When I'm on track, I order less. When I'm off track,
when I'm off track, I order takeout. When I'm on track, I order takeout.
I eat a lot of sweets, and when I'm on track, I eat less. I have a massive sweet
there it goes.
tooth. I learned in outpatient and through multiple dietitians I've had in my life, I need to allow myself to still eat these things, because if I don't, I'm never going to succeed.
You know, I understand. That's, I feel like, what a lot of people who are addicted to stuff are told. Like, or even maybe just dieting in general. Maybe not the addict thing, even though I do believe she is a food addict and she said it a little bit, right? So, like, if you have just enough to, like, curb that sweet tooth, the idea, the theory is that after that you're good. But I'm looking at this big ol' Almond Joy king size. Is that really on track to you? Just, if you don't get one of those little ones, eat it in the car on the way home when your mom's driving you places or home from the grocery store. That's what they're talking about. They're not talking about that big old thing in your hand. The 4 pieces, see in the corner. Have one.
Because by telling myself, no, I can't have that, it makes me want it more. And when I want it more and I keep depriving, that is when I'll have 3 of these at once instead of just one.
Yeah, that's why you need help. That's why you need help, girlfriend.
Just a little Almond Joy. If you guys have never had one, it is coconut with almonds on the inside and chocolate on the outside.
You know how many times I've said already in this video, I'm not going to yuck anyone's yum. This is my 3rd time doing it. Almond Joys are so nasty to me. I can't do a coconut and chocolate. Ugh. I remember when I would be, like, trick-or-treating, I would be pissed when someone threw an Almond Joy or a Heath bar into my little baggie. Yeah, ew. We don't need to see that.
So what I would be eating now instead of this would probably be like a massive bowl of Fruity Pebbles. All right, you guys, so I am done.
So instead you had a huge candy bar. Huh?
But I want to do something I've never done before. As you guys saw, I mentioned everything that I ate today versus everything that I would eat on a day where I'm off track. Here's everything that I ate today. And now I'm going to pop up over here everything that I ate on a day where I am off.
Okay. First of all, that's killing me. Jerry's Amberlynn. Okay. So the French dip fries. It's the same. If this was a Venn diagram, this would be like a waning gibbous moon. Like, this would be a near circle. You also can't tell me that I heard through the grapevine being, was it Destiny? Destiny, and through other reaction channels, this girl loved her ramen, and like one brick of that, I don't know. I also don't believe that she's not still eating ramen.
So the reason why I chose to do this is because in my last Let's Talk, someone said, show us what you really eat. And I've been hearing this my whole YouTube career. Amberlynn, you're fat for a reason. Why are you only doing these what I ate today videos when you're eating like a normal person? I just want to say I have in the past done off-track videos, but they do not make me feel good. They make me feel horrific. I don't see the point in it. Doing on track what I ate today videos, it's like a continuous reminder through the day of like, Amberlynn, stay on track.
Okay, that's fair. You don't have to film yourself overeating and being off track if it makes you feel triggered or uncomfortable. That's fair. But why bring it up at all? Why bring up this comparison if it's not to appease people who are watching you that you know don't like you and are going to oppose you? Why not just focus on the on track then? Because if you ate like this, and you really ate like this on the on track every day, you would be dropping like pounds. For you, you absolutely would. So why even bring up off track? Stop worrying about other people.
Feels good. So filming off-track videos feels bad. Filming on-track videos feels good. So I'm not eating anything else for the rest of the night, but I also would have ate chips, salami, probably an ice cream bar. So that's why that is added on.
But you're still buying all of these things, no? Like, you still get all of those things that you just mentioned. You bring them up in grocery hauls, or at least similar things. So you're saying you still get these items, just not in the quantity that you used to, but you're still not losing a substantial amount of weight. Get real.
The off-track day. Is every single day like that on the off-track day? No. But there are a large quantity of days that do look like that.
Yeah, no
I
shit.
want to be as transparent as possible. So
Okay. You know, I'm not even going to say anything. Y'all already know.
doing something like this would show transparency. Not only that, but it shows like really big improvement. I know people see me eat Arby's and they saw me eat candy today and they're probably like, girl, like how is that on track? Showing what I ate today versus what I eat off track shows like, oh wow, she actually did make a really big adjustment to her day. So anyways,
Then why don't we see that? If you're making this big adjustment, you're cutting all of the food that you're eating in half. Why don't we see that? Like, is it the lymphedema? Is what are you going to say that is really truly causing you to not lose this weight? That's the whole reason why I even made this video to begin with. Then what is it, girl? If you're doing all this stuff right, you're on track, somehow you're still gaining weight, apparently. I don't understand what you're sitting here and telling us on camera for. I don't understand what you're trying to say. Because when you say things, oh, there's my kitty. When you say one thing and I look at you and there's clearly something else, there's that discrepancy. And you wonder why people don't believe you. It's because you're very, very obviously not telling the truth. And honestly, I don't even care. I don't care that whatever you're doing is not resulting in weight loss. I don't care about what you look like. But why try to create this narrative at all? That's what's so intriguing to me.
it's a food for thought.
Okay.
If you had to improve one thing about today's food intake, what would it be? I look at my day and I don't.
Now whenever I see things, I know she stopped doing this segment or whatever. If you could have one thing, if you could change one thing, I always think of Jordy when he makes fun of her for that.
Anything that I wanted to improve on. I feel like I did really good, but if I had to choose, I would have had Arby's for dinner and I would have woken up and had like a normal, good, decent breakfast. Was there a moment?
See, okay. I like that. That's a good criticism of yourself. If only you were actually doing what you told us that you were doing in this video. That would be a very valid criticism.
Day that you were about to fall off track, but you stopped yourself. There were a couple where I was like, oh, I should just order again for the day. And I have those thoughts frequently, but I've gotten a lot better at saying no. And I was successful in that. I ordered my one takeout and that was that. Do you consider today a successful day for you? No one else, just you. Why or why not?
I like that end. No one else, just you. But you're also directing this video towards everyone else except for you.
I do. And I think me talking more about, okay, so this is an on-track day versus this was what I would do if it was an off-track day, it made me realize that more and more. Because sometimes I can beat myself up thinking, oh my God, I had candy, or oh my God, I had Arby's. But like, girl, you need to stay in moderation lane because you'll fail if you don't. Again,
You'll fail if you don't. But you failed every other anything that you've tried. I don't understand why you're sticking with this one, because from the outside, girl, it really looks like an excuse. And you know that, and everyone else knows that. The only person who's not pointing that out is you.
I don't want to repeat myself, but there's a science behind it. It's like the more you say no, do not have something, the more you want it. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.
Okay.
Hey guys.
I do not want to start that again. Girl, here's my thing. You are so bored, it actually hurts. And I know she has the Legos, and she has, that's it, the Legos, and the coloring and the whatnot. You need to be outside of that apartment. You are going crazy in that apartment. If you're only being let out, so to speak, by your mom who takes you to bingo, where would you go if you could drive yourself anywhere? If you could even Uber yourself anywhere, where would you go? That's the headspace that I really think that you need to be in. You know? It's like you're just bored and rotting inside of this apartment thinking about food over just day after day after day. You're obsessing about it. And I don't mean get a girlfriend. Go somewhere. You know? Go to the bookstore. You like books? Go to an actual Lego store. Get out of the damn house and you'll stop thinking about it. But you won't. That's why I agree with everybody. Rehabilitation really feels like the best way because you have the mind of an addict, a bored addict. Anyway, that's the end of my first ever video. Hope you guys liked it.